Okay, I'm playing some sit and goes here. I've been studying some tournament poker. Gonna try and make some plays here. I have 2 overs here on an 8-3 deuce. 2 overs. If you can maybe check raise him off a hand like king, queen, king, jack. Get some equity here, cleanup, or just release. I wonder if that's ever a check raise. Or if you just have to have a suited hand to have some back doors. 8-3 deuce. No, I don't have too much value there. Maybe 8-3, 8 deuce suited. Exactly. I'd prefer to have some more 2 pairs in range before I dip into a hand like that. Just gonna try and play accurately today. Uh-oh, ACR is down. I wonder if my money's locked on there, like it's Cyber Monday, maybe it's closer to Black Friday. The Black Friday sales. Play on global. Okay, Queen 7 suited here. I don't think we get to do anything here. There's a lot of fish. We could argue to flick it in. I think you'd rather have like even like Queen 9 suited or even Queen 8 suited maybe. I could hop in there. Queen 7 on the button there. It's a little bit dicey. A limp here from early position. I'm not really sure what that means. If this, okay, when this guy flicks in, I think we probably benefit a lot from isolating here. We have a hand that doesn't play super well multi-way deep stacked. We'd like to knock the small blind out, even if we get heads up here. It's very, very nice. And he flicks it in anyway. No spade here. I think we just check fold this one 3 ways. I don't really see a lot of options here. Just barreling off into the darkness. And now we make a straight in a way that we really don't have many 6s here, but we do have a lot of aces. I think we can probably bet, we don't want to polarize too much, but I think we can probably get away with like a small size here. Let's get we don't really want to give free cards, but we also don't really want to polarize. And when he raises there, he's a limp caller from under the gun. I don't think he would really... Like, wouldn't he bet a lot of aces on the, or 6s on the flop? Like when it goes check, check like that? Is that just me? Maybe that's just me. I think either way we have to peel 1 here. Here, check this one. Here, I think we give up multi-way. Chop it up, yep. Chop it up. We take that. Don't get pushed off our equity. He limped in there with ace-3 suited. We'll give him a blue tag for that. He limp called the ace-3 suited. Here, we're just gonna let this one go. This guy's isolating over a guy we just saw limp ace-3 suited. Jack-6, not much to do. Ace Jack here on the right. This is going to be a good hand to 3-bet here against a lot of these guys. I've been playing a lot of flats here with more medium strength hands and 3-betting a bit more polar. And I think this one will easily slip into the bottom of the pole here. Some good blocking effects and playability when cold. If I had a hand like Ace Jack suited or a stronger suited Broadway, I think it's probably better to just call. See how this guy plays against a 3.5x yet. Okay, he calls. Okay, Queen 6-5. Do we want to be range betting here? And a Queen high board, single high Broadway. Well, we do actually block some ace queen and some ace jack, so I think it's a pretty good hand to start a fire with. Yep, take that one down. Is there any hand I wouldn't want to do that with? Maybe like... Now I'm thinking even if I had a hand like pocket 8s or pocket 9s, I'd still want to get some protection. Maybe with specifically pocket jacks and pocket 10s, and maybe I had like ace king, would prefer to check back. A min raise and a min 3-bet. A bunch of fucking nonsense if you ask me. Although this range, this could be pretty strong here. This could be pretty strong. But we have ace king, and I think we take this one to the felt here. We're sort of a little bit out of book here with this sizing. Ace high here. What I've been doing here is betting really quite small here. Like even as small as like 4 chips here, I think really gets a lot of clarity. Could have a king ball. Are we in a position where we can value bet a hand like king queen now? Or do we want to polarize? That's the question. I think we want to polarize with like 40p. I think we want to polarize. And then with 4 EP, I mean, generally you just call these ones off. Generally, you're going to want to call these ones. As a general rule of thumb, when you have top 2 in a 3-bet pot, or a 4-bet pot even, top 2 in a 4-bet pot, you usually want to continue. So I've been thinking lately that well, I'm sure I'm not the first one to have this idea, but isn't it smart to always celebrate your holidays like a week or 2 after the holiday, and then you can get all the clearance items? I don't understand why everyone celebrates the holiday at the same time. It's so much value to just celebrate like 1 or 2 weeks later. I really don't get that actually. What's the big fuss about having Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, you know? Like I saw all the pumpkin spice shit today was on sale for like 40% off. You could really be getting really good value on your money there. Okay, these tournaments all pay top 3. So those are the the prize jumps here are all for top 3. Looks like it's what are we talking about? 1.5 buy-ins for third, and then what was that? 4.5 buy-ins. 4.5 buy-ins for first. Maybe 4 buy-ins for first, and 1.5 buy-ins for third. So you really want to get that jump there. And really what I've been studying lately is small blind versus big blind at about between 20 to 30 blinds deep. I've been really getting those ranges down. I think there's a lot of value to have those ranges down pat. The limp calling range, it's very nuanced actually out of the small. The big blind is actually pretty straightforward. But the small blind, you really have to have a balanced, because you need to have balanced 5 ranges there. You need to have a raise call, a raise fold. You need to have a limp call, a limp fold, and a limp jam. And then big blind defense. I've been really trying to play a lot more hands, but maybe not that one. And you really do get to limp here. So we're 25 blinds deep here. You get to have some, okay, here. I think we can raise this one. You really do actually want to be raising a pretty decent amount in this scenario. Even like 30% of hands you need to be raising there. Big blind versus a small blind limp. Sometimes I guess I haven't been raising enough because I'm afraid of getting limp re-raised off my equity. But the reality is you really need to hit 30%, and sometimes you are going to be limp raised off your equity, and that's just life. And you really can't live in fear of that. So we do kind of have a blocker to the future nuts here. We have a on Jack 10 run out, but at the same time, not going to be the best barrel card. So I think I would rather barrel a hand like Queen 10, Queen Jack with no showdown. The ace high here, I think, kind of slots me into I mean, we'd probably lose here a fair amount to like a deuce or a 3, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know. Oh, Queen 10. Showdown with ace high. You love it. You absolutely love it. Limp calling Queen 10 suited. This is the type of guy here who's afraid of, like, he didn't even open that hand because he didn't want to get 3-bet off his equity. It's the kind of the situation that we're in now with the blind versus blind play. And processing raise folds, processing raise folds. I think this is a decent hand to raise fold. You want to have the raise folds and the limp calls are actually very similar ranges. It's usually so we raised here, so we actually do have a good amount of ace X. He should be jamming some ace X, so I think we actually get to go fairly. Sometimes they push over you with an ace in this scenario. Okay, he called. The problem is, I actually think because he pushes so many aces that it actually weights his range a bit more towards like Jack X, Queen X hands, and now he has a straight sometimes with Jack X. If it went brick, I actually think it's a decent spot to triple off your whole stack. But now I think he just has a queen or a jack there to peel the flop a lot more. Yeah, so what I was saying about the difference between the limp call and the raise fold range, they're very similar ranges when it gets to the offsuit shit, like 6-3 suited here on the button. You have to check behind for jam stacks. This is the most important thing. Because neither of these have a very efficient jam stack, I think I can open pretty wide here. But if these guys both have like 20 blinds, it's pretty awkward here to open. See, that's the thing I'm saying about these, where was I going with that? 8, 7, 6, 5. We have 4 in a row here. And he's donking on 8, 7, 5. Is that a bit BS to you? What is he tank calling with? Maybe he has a suited connector. Does he really? I think we can maybe peel and represent overs on later streets. Getting a pretty good price here to peel with like a hand like King Queen or King Jack. Okay, that's kind of an awkward turn card because we have now our hand kind of fades to dust. I think I can release now. Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, so you're gonna have like the 9XO strip and the 8XO and the 7XO are pretty much both indifferent between raise folding and limp calling. So you need some mixing of that effect. The only hands that really prefer raise fold instead of limp call are like, if I remember correctly, it's like the offsuit, or sorry, the suited dog shit, like 9 deuce suited, 10 deuce suited, 9-3 suited, 8 deuce suited, 8-3 suited, that kind of shit, where those are the hands that you raise fold. Because you actually are, in that case, achieving some sort of cleanup, whereas the stronger suited hands, like even like Jack 5 suited or 6-8 suited, those hands prefer to limp call because they have enough equity to where you actually feel pretty shitty if you have to raise fold them. Whereas that doesn't seem to take effect in the 9XO strip, 8XO strip, 7XO strip. And the raise folds that you have on the offsuit are more weaker than that. Like even like a Queen 5-0 or like like I think even like a 10-5-0 or like a 10-4-0 or like a that's a fold. And then the stronger hands like King 10, Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10. Those hands, if you raise fold those, you probably have to kill yourself. So those are the ones where you either say this hand is strong enough to raise call, or it's not quite strong enough to raise call. So what I'm going to do is limp call and not get pushed off that egg. That's where the top side up there becomes more of a limp call, and the bottom side becomes more of a raise fold, and then in the middle it sort of just mixes it all. But you really got to protect your equity in these tournaments, man. That's the shit that I'm realizing. You just got to protect your equity. Here, stacks, I'm going to have to raise fold this hand a lot. So you can either open push, or what I've actually been experimenting with here is a limping. It reduces the value of their push play. I mean, they're still probably supposed to push like aces through fours, pocket fives, pocket sixes. And like a hand like ace 9-0, I would imagine. But see, like if we got pushed off this equity, it would be so criminal. We'll bet one here, trying one of these guys to make a move with a flush draw. This is one of those spots where, like, if you have a flush draw, you kind of just have to like go bananas. I think it's king ace. That's an interesting, because I think he probably pushes a lot of aces pre-flop. I think his most likely hand here is a 9. I think we can just push 1 point again here at him. I still think his most likely holding is a 9. Let's just like bet 2 chips and try and get hero called by a 9. I mean, he could also easily have a flush draw here too. He's gotten a good price on both streets. Try and get hero called by a 9 here. Okay, yeah. I think he maybe had a flush draw. Hmm. 10-3 suited here. Out of the big blind, this is a spot where. Okay, I'd probably flick in the call here for 1 chip if this guy doesn't jam here. You actually can flick in pretty wide there even as the stacks get pretty short. And it actually becomes better to defend shorts there out of the big blind, which is the other thing I've been learning. Because in short stack, like the disadvantage of the big blind is that you're dominated a lot, or you have hands that don't realize your equity super well, but you're just flicking them in because of the pot odds. But the thing is, as the stacks get shorter, you realize your equity better because there's a lot more spots where you can just kind of just go with it. And whenever you just kind of quote unquote go with it, you're this is a fold, I think. You're realizing all your equity, obviously. And so it actually kind of negates part of the problem that you have out of the big blind. So it's actually kind of better to play those short stack spots. This is I think king 4 suited. I probably just jam here. King 4. Oh, I think I release. Wonder what would I go with there? King 9-0? I'd probably ride King 9-0. King 8-0. It's probably the cuspy. King 8-0 is probably where it gets a bit cuspy. Okay, that's it's a strange open size here. He's committing himself, but he doesn't want to open jam. That being said, I think I go with this hand anyway. It's just a bit too strong. He's got, what is that, 14 blinds? Yeah, I'll play with him. Eights. Okay, here ace-6 for 10 blinds. I don't know the right play. I'm going to push that. I'm not super confident in that one. That one feels a bit cuspy to me. That one feels a bit cuspy to me. But, you know, we have an ace, so how about that? Okay, top three gets the money here. Top three gets the money. We're getting pretty close to putting pressure on these guys. I think here we're going to push. I'm trying to decide if there's a sense in getting out of line here. I know this is probably a fold, but I'm trying to figure out if there's sense in given the formation of the tournament. I'm trying to figure out if there's sense to getting out of line here. The question is, I think because there's 6 left, probably not. If there were 4 left, then yeah, probably there is a good reason to bubble pressure these guys. But at 6, I'm not sure it's really justified just yet. Okay, we got it in here. 6s against ace-5 and held. That's good. Now we're in a decent spot over here. Okay. Yeah, I've been getting away from using the RNG as I begin to appreciate some of this pre-flop. I mean, I guess I still do need to RNG for those hands I was talking about. 7XO strip, 8XO strip. But I think in general I've just kind of been doing what my hand wants to do a little bit more than I would in the past. Okay, this is an interesting one because everyone has such good rejam stacks that I think I'm going to let this one go. It's a good open hand if they're not going to be shoving a lot. Maybe I should just open that. Huh. I don't like that they can just rejam so easily though. Because they probably will just like, if I start opening like all the offsuit broads, they can just push any ace like so easily. Okay, 6 blinds, so we'll fold. I think that becomes a limp like over 10 blinds. But at this depth, I think I probably have to play a little bit more push fold. And if I try and have some limps in there, it might just be a bit too face up like dog shit. Or I'm just torching half a blind. Ew, this one's close. This one is really close. He shoved into the whole field, but he's the big blind next hand. I'm basically I need 40% equity here. I think I'll try it. I'm not sure I have 40%. Maybe I do. Feels really close. I think if I had ace deuce, I would fold. Ace deuce-o. Even ace-4-0 I'd probably feel a little worse about. But ace-5, somehow ace-5 plays actually pretty well. Okay, this guy limped under the gun off of 7 blinds. That guy clicked it. I think this is just a fold, unfortunately. We need to have some semblance of fold equity in order to justify that play. Okay, these guys are all micro stacks. If this big blind, this guy wasn't here, I would push. Because this guy's here, it's a little awkward. Like if everyone was like little short guys like that, then I think you just push. But because we're actually at risk versus button here, like if we push and button actually has a hand, it's so bad. Whereas like, yeah, like that'd be so bad. This guy clicked. But if everyone had like 7, 8, 9 blinds there, I think I just push the ace deuce. I mean, most of the time button's just gonna fold anyway, but I think just the low frequency that when he wakes up with it, it's just so crushing. Because the play's pretty thin anyway against like 7 wine stacks, like ace deuce. Like it feels a bit thin anyway. That one little thing pushes it over the edge into minus EV territory. Yeah, it's what it's like. You have to be very in tune with these knobs, and it's really hard to like finitely say how much each knob affects the overall ranges. But you have to be constantly kind of tuning the knobs. And looking at all this shit here. There's so much, actually. There's so much. And it feels more like it's like a soft blanket. Okay, here we're four-handed now. I didn't even see that happen. Okay, so now we are in bubble zone. This guy's the big stack. There's two short stacks. I'm kind of in the medium stack here. We don't generally want to be playing against the big stack here. We would prefer that these two middle stacks, or these two short stacks, somehow find a way to try to outlast each other. Is this a push? Is this, I think because ICM, I will push. Because of ICM. This guy, if he folds, he can try and outlier this guy. This guy should just be pushing all. Because of... I want these two guys to be trying to outlast each other. That would be the ideal scenario here. Am I leaving myself room to fold versus Daboa? Maybe. Hopefully not. Here... Okay, I'll play with this guy. Here... I think I can just push curl. Because... I mean, it's pretty bad. I don't think it's that bad, actually. Here, now we're the short stack, so now we have to find a spot to take the shot here. Me and this guy, yeah, I'm due to bust first. Is there any sense in pushing? Can I get any cleanup from hand? I think I can get a hand like King 9-0 to fold out of these guys. Or like Queen Jack, Queen 10 maybe. Whereas if I raise fold, it's a bit too much equity to raise fold. Maybe it's not too much equity to raise fold. Maybe I should be raise folding. Feels close. Feels very close to me. Okay, McCaffrey is attempting a ladder maneuver here. I'm basically quite in there next hand with a lot of holdings. King Jack, probably got to ride this one. Especially, I would prefer to play against the big stack here because he's going to be wider in theory than anyone else. He's AFK. It's kind of weird that he would limp instead of jam there when I only have 7 blinds. I guess that's weakness. That's the same spot I was in earlier when I said it's kind of obvious that I'm going to weak if I limp here instead of jam. So I guess maybe that tell applies to most people. Okay, 3.5 ace 7 ace king. Okay, that's bad for me. That is bad for me. It's bad when the stacks equal out like that. I think I would prefer. I'd prefer that there was a big stack, because then the other guys at least feel some pressure that they have to do something. Although maybe because they're all equal now, it's more likely that they get in a pot where they're both pretty much all in, and that like almost guarantees that one busts. I'm not sure what is higher EV for me. I'm not sure that it matters. Over here, what's going on? Everyone has about 10 blinds. This guy's just dead man walking. Okay, ace 8 suited, probably gonna ride with this one against just well, this guy's not the big stack anymore. Is there any sense in not just push curves here? That's kind of a disturbing flat there, is that not? Is that not a bit disturbing? Let's push it in though. But we're gonna take a note about this for future gameplay. Is that it's a King Jack suited? Is that a good hand to trap with there? Maybe. I'm not so sure about that. Jack 9 suited. We'll ride here. Basically, this guy's coming in, and we're gonna play for this guy's chips. King 9 suited. Was that a good trap there? Seemed a little strange to me. Seemed like that's the hand I would want to jam with there pre-flop. Maybe get big blind off of like some raggedy aces, ace deuce so, some hands like that. 14 blinds here. I think I can push this one. I'm not sure about this one. I should say. Disclaimer. I'm not so sure. We're at a stack depth where I could honestly even consider limping, but maybe I should be limping a bit more here in this type of scenario. Okay, 5-handed. Okay, we're definitely pushing pocket pairs here. Dang, this is really turning into a bit of a grind here. 10 blinds. With ICM, I think I can release here with ICM. Oh, we hit a set, Pog. Okay, now we are chilling in this tournament. Oh, and this guy's... No, he's trying to ladder up, but I don't think he's going to make it. This one's an easy push. Wow, everyone's pretty equal over here too. This guy's all in. Post his big blind all in. I'm gonna play with these guys. This guy's got 5 chips. This guy's got no chips. He can call, and even if I double bust both, he'll still get 3rd in place money. Because I think the shorter stack busts 4th is the usual rule I see. Nine, 6 suited, probably just a release. You really want high card equity here in these type of spots. Or like the premium suited connector, maybe like 8, 7 suited here. Ace, queen. Okay, nice hand. Oh, I hit a straight. Pog. Pog. That is pog. This guy really doesn't want to bust before this guy, so I think we can kind of push on him. Five, 4 suited here. These baby suited connectors generally play pretty poorly in these push fold spots. See previous comment. There's some serious ICM going on over here. Really serious ICM. Oh, it's a push. That's a push. Okay, this is good because the longer that this little guy hangs in here, I get to keep pushing around Nak Pena. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting one. That limp there, is that strong or weak? Is that strong or weak? This is really cuspy for me. This is really cuspy for me. I think I'm gonna pitch that one. There's some serious ICM here. I think I want to generally play a bit tighter. Unless I have a reason to believe that. Is that button limp strong or weak? I'm not folding top pair, but this could get interesting by the river. If he goes for the throat here, we're gonna need to. Okay, he checks it back. Okay, 8's a good card for my range, I think. I think I just get a poke bet at him, and I don't think he really gets to raise. Okay, I guess button limp is weak? Question mark. This guy really can't defend any hands here because of ICM. He really just can't defend any hands. It's just such a disaster if he busts out here. It's not like I was studying this spot where, like, in MTTs, there's an argument for him to call to flip to try and like get a big stack to win the whole tournament. But because this is a sit and go, and the gap between first place and like second place here is not that big, there's the overlay of like it's just so important for not bust there. Okay, now we're actually playing poker. We're heads up. Now ICM's out the window. We still have like a 3-1 lead though here, so we're gonna push on this guy. Over here, it's getting a bit desperate. We're just gonna keep pushing on this guy. This hand really doesn't want to do anything but push, frankly. I mean, you could limp fold. You could jump. This one we probably gotta fold. Ugh. Min racing off of that stack is a bit criminal. Okay, are we just trying to outlast Deboa, or are we really trying to win this tournament? It's probably a decision we gotta make here at some point. Like, what is this shit? I'm just limping my way all the way home. Just limping my way all the way home. DeBoa got a walk there? That is criminal. That is criminal. We're just playing push fold on the right here, or are we actually going to play poker? Are we just playing push fold, or are we going to play poker? I don't know. I think I'm just going to play push fold. Oh, fuck. Do we want to play poker, or do we want to play push fold? And over here, are we just limping in? We're not even in, though. We're due to bust. But we can still, like, just flick it in for, like, 4 more orbs. Okay, last time he limped, it was weak. Last time he limped, it was weak, right? Okay. Okay, that's 2. That's we're assembling some sort of data matrix. 10-6. Oh man, this guy's really giving us a. Is this a 4-1 now? We just got to ride. It's a 4-1. You can't fold here. Okay, we got him. It was spades. We got him. Okay, that's 1 in the pocket. That's 1 in the pocket. Now we have to shift all of our mental energy here to here. What are we doing here? Oh god, everyone is just so fucking short here, man. I gotta push this, right? King 8-0 for 7 blinds. That's gotta be a push. Right? That's gotta be a push. Okay. I don't know if that means my play was correct or just result-based thinking, but I feel that's a good push there. King 8-0 in the cut for 7. Against a bunch of weak fucking nits. These guys are all scared fucking money, just holding on to the fucking money right now. I'm gonna do the same thing. Come on, man. Ah, I would have. I think I pushed this if he folds. I think I pushed this for 7 or 8 bigs. I think that's a good push. Oh. Is anyone ever going to call an all-in? No one wants to call an all-in. It's just such a disaster to call an all-in. That's the biggest thing I'm realizing right now. Because everyone is roughly equal. You really want to be the guy who goes all-in. Not the guy who calls the all-in. And you need to find spots to be going all-in. Or you're going to blind out like DeBoa over there. Like me. Oh, man. What is that min raise? That's illegal. That is illegal. And of course I just have the nut bottom. Oh, blinds just went up. Holy shit. I just have to push. I mean, I can't fold any 2 cards here. I certainly cannot fold this. You probably have to shove like 80% of your range there if I hit. Oh god, that is so disgusting. Am I folding this? Oh. I think it's a fold. He's probably jamming offsuit broadways there 100% of the time. Any ace, any offsuit broad. Probably not anything that I have dominated. I think I push this. I think I put. This might be suicidal, but I think I push this. Yeah, I mean, you just need to be. You need to be the one pushing. That's the biggest thing in this fucking game. Oh, I'm gonna call anyone. No, I got a calling hand now, and I got a stack here where even if I bust, I can still hold on a little bit. Let's go. Oh no! pot committed. Aces? I mean, this guy just has my number, man. Alright. GG's.